good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Summerlin Library Theater. We're so thrilled to see you all back again, and so happy that you're here. We have another fabulous program from the Vegas City Opera today, honoring Juneteenth and the life of Harriett Tubman, which I'll introduce in just a minute. My name's Deandra, and I'm part of the programming and venue services team here at the Summerlin Library. You guys met my assistant, Katie, on the way in, helping you with the QR codes. How did everybody do with those? Pretty good? Do you guys like them? No? You don't like them? Don't do them again? Okay, well, it was a test, so we're just checking it out to see. We're trying to be eco-friendly, I guess you'd say now, right? Paperless, eco-COVID friendly and all that. All right, well, we'll take that into consideration for future programs then, if that didn't go too well. Anyways, so before we start the program, if you guys could check your cell phones and don't turn them off like I usually tell you, because the programs are on them, but put them on mute, silent, airplane mode, some feature where they don't ring during the program, that would be greatly appreciated. If you do need to take a phone call, then please just step back out into the lobby to use your phone. If you need the restrooms during the show, the ladies' restroom is out this door, a little ways down the hall to the right. Gentlemen out this door, immediately to the left as soon as you got the second set of doors. And a lot of you have been here before, and you guys know we do free programs here at the library. It's the most fun part of Katie's and my job to bring these programs to you and shows to you, all of course free. So we have a programming table out there, and we have a couple exciting shows coming up in the near future. And one of them, if any jazz lovers in the crowd here today, Jonathan Curran will be back, and he's doing the music of Nancy Wilson and Cannonball Adderley, yes. And he has a really fabulous sax player with him too. So you guys might want to grab the flyers and check it out, because Charles McNeil, who's played with practically everybody in the business at one time or another on their albums or touring with them, he'll be on sax, so both of them are really a delight to see, and it'll be a great show. It is at 7:30, and it's going to be June 25th, Friday night, so it is a nighttime show for us, and it's more than likely going to be crowded, so please come early. It is first come, first serve, no reservations. So we'll try to put as many people in as we can. Now today we also, in just a minute here, we have another special guest with us today. If you guys could please help me welcome the Outreach Manager for U.S. Congresswoman Susie Lee, Jerry Schroeder. Give her a big hand.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's so great to see so many people here in person. Yay! Well, Congresswoman Lee asked me to come on her behalf. Now, she would normally like to be here in person, but she's in Washington, D.C. right now doing some job that she got elected to do. So unfortunately, she's not here today, but she asked me to be here because she knows how important this particular event is today, and of course, all the events that the Voices of Women series does for our community. So she asked me to just read some remarks from her. She says, "Thank you for inviting me to join you today to celebrate Juneteenth. Today we are commemorating African American freedom. Juneteenth is also known as Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, and Liberation Day. On September 22nd, 1862, President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. Almost 3 years later, on this day, June 19th, 1865, General Order Number 3 was read that stated, "The people of Texas are informed that, in accordance with the proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free." Since then, Juneteenth has been celebrated with events like this one. These events ensure that we never forget our history, and we continue our work as Americans to keep moving forward. Hearing stories through the words of Frederick Douglass and Harriett Tubman reminds us that while we have come a long way, we still have a long way to go. Congresswoman Lee was proud to have voted for the bill that officially made Juneteenth a federal holiday, and of course, she is proud that President Biden signed the bill right away. At long last, Juneteenth is now a federal holiday in the United States that commemorates the end of slavery. Thank you for continuing the tradition of celebrating this important and monumental day. And in recognition also, the Congresswoman had asked me to present something to Ginger Land Van Buren. Ginger, can you come out here, please? So as you know, Ginger is the Executive Director for the Vegas City Opera. And she has been doing these Voices of Women series throughout this year. And I came to the one in March, which was really great. The one in March also featured, women that, it was called Women Would Drive. So when you think drive, you think like driving, like Danica Patrick.
We talked about her. We did.
Yeah. And Sally Ride.
Yes.
And Sally Ride.
A few others.
And a few others, inspirational women that broke the barriers for a lot of us women. So, and in honor of those series that you do, which also you did the Women of Black Panthers as well. So we have a congressional recognition presented to Ginger Land Van Buren, Executive Director of the Vegas City Opera, in recognition of your work to bring the Voices of Women series to the Southern Nevada community. So congratulations and thank you so much.
That's amazing, and thank you so much. I have to bring out, of course, the man who I could not have done any of this with. We were inspired to create this series and bring to life music. First off, this entire series, The Voices of Women, started with the idea that there's a ton of black rep from art songs that is not in the vocal repertoire for most singers, and we wanted a platform to bring this to life. Dr. Richard L. Hodges has done a tremendous amount of research on the subject. I think he wrote his dissertation on it as well, and I said, Richard, let's create something that's going to give a platform so that the people of our community can hear these amazing songs. And so we created the Voices of Women concert series. So he is amazing, and he's here in the house. He has written this show and selected all the music. He did the Women of the Black Panthers. Last year he did Sojourner Truth, and he also did Coretta Scott King. He's working on a couple of other humongous projects next year with us as well. So to talk a little bit about the show, I would love to bring and share this with Dr. Richard Hodges as well. Dr. Hodges.
This will be the quietest I speak all day. First, thank you all so much for coming today to experience this new work. I am honored to just be here and have colleagues like Ginger that believe in a vision for supporting people of color in a way that also highlights their wonderful accomplishments throughout history. And so I do not take this moment lightly. We always laugh that this is actually the very first time that I've actually been able to make it to one of my own shows. Because it seems like every time I was gonna come to a show, I also had another performance somewhere else. So I would write it, I would direct it, and then everybody would be able to go and do what they do. So I'm so excited to be here. Just a little bit about this show today. What you're gonna see is two women, one named Harriet, the other named Tubman, and their musical journey to becoming Harriett Tubman. It is my hope that this concert gives you some new informed information, but I will tell you it is a concert. There is so much music. Feel free to clap, feel free to show your gratitude. It will be a very beautiful afternoon, and I hope that you really, really enjoy. Thank you so much.
I'm going to give Richard just a few minutes to get back there and ready for the show.
On a little is widely known, but her legacy is much more than her name. In fact, the respect we give her is far greater than any other of any African American within history. Most people don't know that her given name was Armenta Rose, but her parents called her Minty. Minty was born in Dorchester County, Maryland, on a plantation. Her mother worked as a house cook and her father worked in the lumber mills. As a child, she was loaned out to do various different tasks. She later changed her name to Harriet in honor of her mother. She married and acquired the name Tubman, but that was actually a very hard marriage for her.
hope have I for tomorrow? I've started to make heaven my home. Words like freedom and the promised land always rang true to me. I knew I had to be free.
Talk about a child that do love Jesus. He is one. He is one. Talk about a child that do love Jesus. He is one. He is one. In old Satan's snares I once was fallen, but I heard the voice of my Lord calling. Talk about a child that do love Jesus. He is one. Talk about a child that's been on the verge. He is one. He is one. Talk about a child that's been converted. He is one. He is one. Ever since I heard the gospel story, I've been walking up the path to glory. Talk about a child that do love Jesus. He Well, honestly, I was already free in my mind.
My former slave master, he put it in his will that me and my whole family would be free. But the new master didn't honor the will. So, I, along with my two brothers, we sought out to escape. My two brothers decided to turn back, but I knew I had to keep going.
Don't you let nobody turn you around, turn you around, turn you around. Don't you let nobody turn you around. Keep away from the Eden tree. I say, don't you let nobody turn you around, turn you around, turn you around. Don't you let
fabulous right off the bat.
She previously proved this by stepping in between a slave that had been abused by its slave owner. This caused her to get struck in the head, and she suffered a very massive head wound. She still knew she was standing up for what was right. I got to lie down. How shall I rise? Gotta lie down. How shall I rise? I gotta lie down. How shall I rise? Before the judgment bar. I got to lie down. How shall I rise? Gotta lie down. How shall I rise? I gotta lie down. How shall I rise? Before the judgment bar. Dark was the night and cold the ground on which my Lord was laid. Great drops of sweat like blood ran down in agony in parade. I gotta lie down. How shall I rise? Gotta lie down. How shall I rise? I gotta lie down. How shall I rise? Before the judgment bar. Dear Father, remove this bitter cup, if such thy sacred will. If not content, I'll drink it up, thy pleasure I'll fulfill. I got to lie down. How shall I rise? Gotta lie down. How shall I rise? I gotta lie down. How shall I rise? Before the judgment bar. I would not live the sinner's life. I tell you the reason why. I'm scared my Lord might call on me, and I wouldn't be ready to die. They'll wrap me in white linen, and that's gonna hold me fast. They'll place me in the silent tomb, and that's gonna be my last. I got to lie down. How shall I rise? Gotta lie down. How shall I rise? I gotta lie down. How shall I rise? Before the judgment bar. I got to lie down. Oh, how shall I rise? Oh, before the judgment bar. For a few years after, she lived and worked in Pennsylvania. But soon she questioned her own freedom while her family was still enslaved. She vowed to go and save everyone she could. first went to go free her elderly parents, her cousins, and other family members. She then began to establish her own Underground Railroad. To escape slavery was already hard enough, right? But in 1850, the Fugitive Slave Act was passed. This act stated that all slaves that had become fugitives could be rounded up from the north and taken and delivered to their slave owner in the south.
The issue is, how do you know who's a fugitive or not?
Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel? Deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel. Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel? And why not Everyman? Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel. Did my Lord deliver Daniel? And why not Everyman? Delivered Daniel from the lion's den, Jonah from the belly of the whale, and the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, and why not Everyman? Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel. Did my Lord deliver Daniel? And why not Everyman? The moon ran down in the purple street, the sun forbade to shine, and every star will disappear. King Jesus shall be mine. The wind blew east and the wind blew west, it blew like Judgment Day, and every poor soul never did pray, be glad to pray that day. I set my foot on the gospel ship, and the ship began to sail. It landed me over on Canaan shore, and I'll never come back no more. Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel. Did my Lord deliver Daniel? And why not Everyman? Some free slaves had papers, but not everyone. This meant that any person of color could be rounded up and shipped back to the South to become a slave again. Harriet did not agree with this and decided to save as many slaves as she could using her Underground Railroad network. There are so many emotions that happen when a person decides to get on board.
Over New York and into Canada. This was truly difficult, but I knew it was right. I went so many times. They started to call me Moses.
Harriet continued to free slaves as much as she could. As you can imagine, a bounty was put on her head. She continued to do what she felt was right. The bounty even got up to $40,000, but she kept freeing slaves.
Well, I met my neighbor the other day. I gave her my right hand, but just as soon as ever my back was turned, she scandalized my name. Now, do you call that a neighbor?
Harriet guided slaves through the Underground Railroad until the Civil War started. Harriet worked as a field nurse and a spy. She helped fugitive slaves from the Confederates reestablish themselves in a colored military regiment. Even while she was nursing others, she understood her responsibility to those in search of freedom. She settled in upstate New York and lived out her days until she died of pneumonia in 1913, after she was living in her namesake rest home starting in 1911. Harriet continues to inspire others today. Her perseverance and strength continues to live on.
I never ran my train off the track.
I never lost a passenger.